So there's quite a lot of doom and gloom when it comes to Xbox in the media and social media at the moment, and I don't really agree with most of these narratives, to be honest with you. I think that Xbox is actually doing quite alright at the moment, but there is one big thing that Xbox needs to fix, and they need to fix it now. Let's look into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I would like to talk about Xbox and Xbox publishing for the most part, really. Now there's quite a lot of drama going on social media and media in general regarding Xbox future right now. I mean, there's articles talking about Phil killing Xbox, Phil not caring about Xbox and Xbox consoles. There's quite a lot of articles about Xbox going third party, Xbox becoming another Sega or Sega, some people call it. And to be honest with you, I don't agree with most of these narratives, right? I mean, Xbox is not becoming another Sega. They are still going to be releasing consoles. They will still be supporting these consoles. Actually, they want to introduce a handheld, so that's going to be something new. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, the console sales numbers actually went down a little bit. Went down in a sense that in comparison to the previous years, but I think they are around the same numbers that Xbox One did last generation. So yeah, you could say that, well, you know, they're not doing better, but they are not doing worse either, right? So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, they're still making money. Xbox is profitable, so I think that's very important message to send out to, you know, to some people. But it's not really about the money. It's, you know, it should be all about games, and that's the biggest problem. That's the biggest problem right now, right now. So we know that Xbox have been on this buying spree for, you know, a couple of years now, and apparently they still want to buy more studios, maybe even publishers, who knows. But the most recent ABK deal kind of, I don't know, maybe it did affect some of that stuff too, and some of the, you know, bad PR and that kind of stuff. But the biggest problem that Xbox has right now is that they don't have games spread out throughout the whole year. So basically, with PlayStation, even if they don't have their own games, as in, you know, first-party titles that get people excited, they will also come up with some third-party deal that, you know, people will talk about, like whether that's Final Fantasy or Stellar Blade right now. Last year there was, I think, some deals there too, and Helldivers are doing great on PlayStation, right? So people were laughing last year that PlayStation is not going to have any like first-party content, but I mean, who cares? There's content there, and obviously that's not necessarily the case with Xbox. I mean, it's not like there's nothing to play on Xbox. There's plenty of games, but what I mean is that you know, it's all about PR, it's all about marketing, right? If you don't have new games coming to your platform, I mean, exclusively too, but like not only, you know, Microsoft, for example, PlayStation is using a lot of multi-platform games to market, to actually advertise their console too, and they profit of that big time when it comes to sales. Xbox doesn't really do that. They don't really do many marketing deals, but it's not even about that, like, because they've got plenty of their own studios. But the problem is that they are far in between when it comes to releases, right? So, I mean, look how releasing good games actually affected Xbox PR and sales at the very beginning of the generation. I mean, yeah, there was hardly any games in 2020 when the Xbox actually released. There wasn't any proper launch titles, but then a year later there was a number of titles that released for Xbox, and not even exclusively, but they were on Game Pass. They were Xbox published games like Psychonauts, and there were a couple of other titles there. There was Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon, and I mean 2021 was a year when Xbox had a very good PR, right? Unfortunately, then 2022 happened, and yeah, I mean all that good PR went through the drain. For whatever reason. I mean, the reason is that Xbox had no games. Like were not publishing any of their own big titles on Xbox. Xbox didn't have any big marketing deals either. It was all on PlayStation, and PlayStation had some very good games in 2022. So yeah, 2022 was the year where people were scratching their head and, you know, asking questions, what's going on? Where's the games? I mean, you've got like 25 studios and like still no games, right? And that was very true, unfortunately. But that kind of set us for beginning of 2023 wasn't really that great either, because really, I mean, you know, yeah, there was Age of Empires, and we had Minecraft, which is just okay, but then Redfall happened, and, you know, people again started questioning Microsoft decisions and their, you know, strategy and what's going on. Where's the good games? Where's the games and whatever, right? And you know, and like unfortunately, even release of Starfield and Forza Motorsport didn't really help much, because I mean, I loved Starfield, but I think that some people were disappointed with that game, unfortunately. It's a good game, don't get me wrong, but, you know, some mechanics within the game are kind of old and that kind of stuff, so I guess it didn't really feel next-gen. So I guess that's what people were expecting from Starfield. And then Forza Motorsport, which is great, I'm playing it still to this day, but it did lack some content, it had some technical issues, and so, like, even though, you know, Xbox even started having games, you know, there were some issues with them, like whether technical or PR issues and whatever, right? And, you know, unfortunately, since like 2022, when, you know, Xbox had no games, that PR spin that Xbox has no games, or Xbox don't have any good games, Xbox Game Pass is just you know, game fodder and that kind of stuff, well, you know, it's just, you know, that I mean, Xbox never recovered from that, right? And I think the only thing that can really set things straight, and you know, the only thing that can help Xbox to recover is a lot of good games. I mean, it's simple as that, right? I mean, you know, this year, 2024, it's April already, and Xbox still had no games, right? I mean, of their own, like whether third party, second party, first party, nothing. I mean, yes, there's multi-platform games that are available on other platforms too, so that's great, right? It's not like there's nothing to play, but still, you know, PlayStation had Final Fantasy. I mean, PlayStation, for example, had Final Fantasy 16 and Spider-Man last year, and this year they've got Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Helldivers 2, which, you know, apparently is a great success. You know, Rise of the Ronin, that nobody really talks about, and there's Stellar Blade coming, like, you know, this month, I think. And I don't know what other games they've got this year, but like early this year, I mean, PlayStation is winning the PR battle, if you know what I mean, and Xbox is still kind of waiting. We don't really know for what, like still no games. Yes, they did release Diablo 4 in Game Pass, but that didn't really get too many people excited anyway. I mean, you know, we're still waiting for Call of Duty games in Game Pass or other Activision Blizzard games in Game Pass. It's been like what, 6 months since they completed the transaction. They bought Activision Blizzard King, and we still haven't seen fruits of it. Meaning that except Diablo 4, which released in Game Pass just a couple of days ago, like there's no other games in Game Pass from ABK deal. You know, the first big games, I mean, any Microsoft game releasing this year for Xbox and PC, as always, is Hellblade 2, but that's like in late May. So, you know, that's the problem. Like, what Microsoft really needs to fix is that, you know, Xbox schedule. I mean, there's plenty of great games coming this year, but they late. I mean, all the big titles except Hellblade 2 is releasing in second half of this year, and who knows? You know, I would not be surprised if some of them got delayed at this point. I mean, you know, this year we're getting Towerborn, we are getting Stalker 2. That's, you know, third party, you know, exclusive, but still coming to Xbox and PC. We've got Avowed. We've got what about the bloody Starfield DLC, right? I mean, you would expect that to release like at least this half of the year. Still nothing, no word on that. And there's a couple of other, you know, titles coming, you know, still this year, and I'm sure they will have some announcements during the E3. So, you know, it's not like there's no games. Like Avowed is coming this year too. Did I say that? I think I did. I think like the last time I did count, like Xbox is going to have like 7 or 8 first-party titles, or you know, Xbox publishing titles too. So something about like 8 titles, but like I said, most of these titles are releasing late this year. Like Call of Duty is going to be, I mean, it's going to be big for sure, and it will have Xbox marketing this time around, I think. So, you know, and I wonder if it's going to be in Game Pass. I mean, Phil Spencer did suggest that nothing changes, that, you know, big releases are going to be day one in Game Pass. So that could actually change the narrative. That, you know, I'm very I'm very curious how Call of Duty day one on Game Pass is going to affect like console sales and PR and everything. So that's going to be an interesting experiment, if you know what I mean. But yeah, genuinely speaking, Xbox needs to, you know, plan things better. And, you know, I don't know, like, you know, it is what it is. It's not like I said, it's not all doom and gloom. Like Xbox is doing quite all right. I mean, they're profitable. Xbox Game Pass is profitable too, from what Phil Spencer is saying. And you know, they release some you know, numbers when it comes to profits and everything. I mean, they are in green apparently. So I mean, it's, you know. You know, comparing Xbox to like Sega or Atari back in the days, which, you know, had constant losses of money for like a number of years, that's not happening with Xbox. Xbox is a sustainable business, but, you know, with all that investment made in last 5 years, you would expect more from Xbox, at least, you know, in the game publishing side of things, right? So, and I know that some things and development of games takes time and everything, but, and obviously we don't really want another Redfall, so obviously that's clear. But, you know, really, like, sometimes I feel like they are already getting ready for next gen. But hey, I mean, this gen, you know, you're probably not going to win with against PlayStation, but you can still you know, kind of get the ground ready for next gen, and you know, give a lot of you know, release a lot of great games for you know, platforms. So anyway, so this is my biggest complaint when it comes to Xbox, you know, games. And I mean, it's not like there's no games, because they are releasing games finally, but you know, for God's sake, just spread them out, right? You've got so many games, like even this year, you've got so many great games coming, potentially great games coming this year. But I mean, why did you pack them all in the second half of the year? Obviously, you know, July, August, you're not really going to release anything because it makes no sense. But so then you've got September. December is you know, publishers usually don't release anything in December. So, you know, you've got like 4 months: September, October, November. That's like 3 months. September, October, November. Yeah, 3 months. I mean, you know. So what, you're going to release like 5, 6, 7 games in the span of 3 months? It's crazy. What about the rest of the year, right? And I get it that you can, you know, I get it that you don't necessarily have to play these games like day one. You can wait and, you know, finish one game and then start another one. But, you know, you are missing on a PR, you know, marketing and everything, right? Like leaving everything for the, you know, really last quarter of 2024. It's just crazy. But anyway, guys, so that's my complaint. It's, you know, it is what it is. You know, Xbox is fine. You know, that we will have a lot of games. It's just like, it's a shame that most of these titles going to release in the late this year, but it is what it is. I think still, just to end on a positive note, yeah, Xbox is doing great. I mean, yeah, I understand that people are angry about the third-party situation and some Xbox games coming to PlayStation. There's probably going to be more games coming to PlayStation in the future, but hey, I mean, that doesn't necessarily affect me as a gamer. That shouldn't affect you as a gamer either, as long as you get to play, you know, all these Xbox games on your Xbox, on PC, via Game Pass, or you can buy it still. I mean, why should I really cry about it, right? I mean, it's not like Xbox is leaving the business or console business, not, at least not for now. They are already confirmed next-gen consoles. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. But like I said, that game scheduling situation needs to be fixed, and I hope that, I mean, there's nothing they can do about it like this year, because hey, it's April already, so you know, we're going to get Hellblade 2 next month, May. I think it's like second half of May. And then I think there's some smaller games. I know that there's some Japanese games titles coming to Xbox and Game Pass, Xbox and Game Pass in like June, July, and I think there's one game in August. So, but still, like I said, it's like other half of the year, right? What about the first couple of months of the year? It's just crazy. It is what it is. Let's hope they fix it. So anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.